Hi, my name's Eric. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. We are already halfway through 2019, and there have been a variety of really great pop releases already. Some higher profile releases include FKA Twigs' single Cellophane, Carly Rae Jepsen's album Dedicated, and Ariana Grande's album Thank You Next. I'm going to be stretching the definition of pop just a little bit towards other subgenres of pop. The main requirement that I set for this video was that the songs that I'm listing received fewer than 1 million streams on Spotify, and I realize that's a fairly arbitrary measure of under the radar, but I wanted to keep this list to 10 items. So I'm just going to dive right in with number 1, Summer of 42 by Kishi Bashi. Kishi Bashi is one of my absolute favorite artists, and this is one of my favorite songs of the year so far. For context, the year 42 refers to the beginning of Japanese internment during World War II. If you want more information about Japanese internment and the history of it, I'm going to leave a link up here. This is a gorgeous love song that takes place inside an internment camp, and it's a song about an ill-fated love and the resulting lifelong desire that stems from it. To me, the historical context of the song takes the universal scenario of lost love and elevates it with the understanding that the Japanese Americans imprisoned during internment were real people living real lives, falling in love and out of love and losing people, even in the context of this broader war and political struggle that we might think eclipses these day-to-day goings-on. As is Kishi Bashi's style, the string arrangements are absolutely incredible, very cinematic and sweeping and beautiful. The song feels epic in scope like Kishi Bashi's earlier song Manchester, or a song like Lewis Takes Off His Shirt by Owen Pallett, and the entire album Omoyari is one of the best of the year, and I highly encourage you to check it out. It's truly a culmination of the things that have made Kishi Bashi an amazing art pop artist over the last few years. Next up at number 2 is Chat Room by Charly Bliss.
I was chased in the chat room, talking about you. Everybody knows you're the second coming.
Now, any song by the band Charly Bliss means great lyrics, and this song is absolutely no exception. It's very writerly and poetic, but also very catchy, and it's probably the poppiest song they've released thus far. Just a brief trigger warning for the next few minutes, but this song is about sexual assault, and it is about lead singer Eva Hendricks' experiences with abuse in her past. But in this song, she takes back the power from her former boyfriend, or rather abuser and assailant, and is able to celebrate the triumph in that reclamation. This song also has an awesome music video where male violence takes the form of a cult leader who pits women against each other for his affection. I also wanted to point out one of the standout lyrics of the song. A smoking gun equivalent, a measure of proof, as if your heart could stand the bullet if it wasn't the truth. This album and this song is just filled with amazing lyrical nuggets like this. And Chat Room is a really powerful song that also happens to be a jam. At number 3, I have The Best by Self-Esteem. Like Chat Room, this is a song about taking back the power from a former partner who might have mistreated you or undervalued you. And it was hard to choose just one song from Self-Esteem's debut album, Compliments Please, because it's just so full of bangers. Like Eva Hendricks in Chat Room, Rebecca Taylor comes out on top in The Best. So while the lyric, I did the best that I could sound pleading and regretful, she's really saying she did the best, and it was the best, and if that's not good enough for you, then it's good enough for me. The music video for the song is also really fun, so definitely check that out. Next up is an artist who I've talked about before on this channel, and the song is Take It Off by That Kid. This song is a gigantic banger. The production is so good. I just enjoy this song so much. The song feels nostalgic and definitely references a specific time in late aughts dance pop, but it has the production subtleties and exaggerated lyrical motifs that push it into the future. It's referential to the past without being retrograde. The conflict is less on the surface than in a song like Dial Tone by That Kid, so the tension comes more from imagining this sort of moment of ecstasy or wish fulfillment. This is a very literal type of yearning where the singer is telling us exactly what he wants, but we don't know if he has it yet. We just know that he wants it. I talk about this same sort of yearning in my video on Carly Rae Jepsen and how it's one of the strongest ways to achieve emotion in pop music. I also love the use of a minor key in a pop song, so this song appeals to me on that level as well. So if you want a nostalgic and futuristic song to dance to, this is the song that you need. And speaking of the future, the next song on my list is Tell Me I Exist by Lydia Ainsworth.
Tell me I exist. Look what I've become.
Her most recent amazing album, Phantom Forest, has been compared to the work of Kate Bush, and definitely for good reason. There's a similar level of drama and energy and urgency, as well as very beautiful and dynamic and effortless vocals. This is sort of like if Black Mirror were a song. Lydia Ainsworth explores the impact of technology on a sense of self and of individuality, especially with respect to privacy and how technology can encroach on that and make someone feel less like their own person. And it's kind of a scary concept, just like Black Mirror, or like Holly Herndon's most recent album, Proto. It's painful and beautiful and wonderful, so definitely give Tell Me I Exist a listen. At number 6, I have Stuck by Katie Day. Katie Day's music has been described as hypnagogic pop, though even she's not so certain of that label. But the sound can be described as noisy and distorted, sort of in the vein of someone like Ian William Craig, and its noisiness can almost approach a sort of grating or strident territory, but just walks that line perfectly where we are feeling this sort of pain and tension without it being remotely unpleasant to listen to. This is very actively beautiful music. The song is very confessional about experiences with dysphoria, as well as general feelings towards mortality and loneliness, as well as the impermanence of life and relationships. It's pretty diaristic and feels far more open than some of Katie Day's earlier work, like on her prior album, Flood Network, where the lyrics were mostly muffled and almost felt like a secret, whereas the beautiful music carried the message. Her new album, Solipsisters, is a standout from this year, so definitely give it a listen. Number 7 is Flirting with Her by Sir Babygirl. If you're nostalgic for late 90s to mid-aughts pop rock like Avril Lavigne, you will love this song. The images in the song's lyrics come like stickers in a scrapbook, a barrage of feelings as overwhelming as developing a crush. And Sir Babygirl is not afraid to be potentially abrasive. She engages a lot with her upper register, which is very acrobatic, and her excitement feels genuine and relatable. Flirting with Her is very fun and distinctive, and also check out her sort of indie breakout song, Heels, which is also really fun. Next is Poor Fake by Kelsey Lu. This is probably the poppiest cut from her new album, Blood. Her lyrics feel wiry and complex and learned, and the song features a nice combination of beats and strings that are reminiscent of 90s trip hop, but she moves in a different direction with influences from funk and even disco. Kelsey Lu has some really strange and distinctive vocal inflections. She switches between registers with ease and in unexpected places. The song has great energy, and I'd also recommend the song Haunted Water by Spelling if you enjoy this song. At number 9, I have Kids in the Dark by Bat for Lashes. Any song by Bat for Lashes is just going to be gorgeous. Check out Laura or Sunday Love from her most recent album, The Bride. The song is nostalgic, dreamy, wistful, and romantic, as is typical of a song by Bat for Lashes. And the melody is memorable, but it still feels really intimate. It does lean more in a sort of 80s direction, which definitely contributes to that sense of nostalgia. I'd recommend this song not only to fans of indie pop, but also to fans of Taylor Swift's 1989, Lord's Melodrama, or anything by Miss Lana Del Rey. And finally, at number 10, we have Every Time You Go by Broods. The song lyrically covers some familiar ground and is very lovelorn, and that familiar territory is elevated not only by the production, which begins in a very spacey, sort of ethereal place, but is driven by its energetic percussion to an explosive bridge, but also by lead singer Georgia Knott's amazingly emotional vocal performance, where again at the bridge, she engages in different registers of her voice to convey this sort of desperation and loneliness. All of these songs have flown relatively under the radar, but in my opinion, they absolutely deserve recognition for being so emotional, for having such complex themes, and for just being fun tracks to listen to. I really hope you listen to these songs and that you enjoy them, and if you have any other recommendations for songs that I might not have heard or that other viewers might not have heard, please leave them in the comments below. As always, thank you so much for being here. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and until next time, that's it.